Maria, a hardworking mom, fights every day to keep her family safe and together in a country she now calls home. But what happens when a deportation notice threatens to tear everything apart, and a neighbor's harsh words make it even worse? You'll find out in today's story. Before we continue, we'd love to know, where are you watching from? Please drop it in the comments so we can bring you more stories that resonate with you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, it's free, and it means you'll never miss our upcoming stories. All right, let's dive into the story. It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon in a small town in Texas. The sun was high, and the air felt heavy with heat. Maria Lopez, a 34-year-old single mom, sat at her kitchen table. Her hands trembled as she held a letter from Immigration Services. The words deportation order stared back at her in bold, black ink. Her two kids, 10-year-old Sophia and 6-year-old Mateo, were still at school, unaware of the storm coming their way. Maria had come to the U.S. from Honduras 12 years ago, escaping violence and poverty. She worked long hours cleaning houses, always paying taxes with an individual taxpayer number, even though she didn't have legal status. She wasn't rich, but she kept her small rental house clean and her kids fed. To her, this was home. Next. Door lived Tom, a gruff man in his 50s. Tom had lived in the town his whole life. He owned a big truck, a nice house, and a temper that flared up too often. He didn't like Maria's family. To him, they didn't belong. That afternoon, as Maria stepped outside to check the mail again, hoping for some mistake, Tom was on his porch, sipping a beer. "Got another letter, huh?" Tom called out, his voice loud and sharp. "What's it say this time?" "Time to pack up and go." Maria froze. She didn't want trouble. She clutched the letter tighter and said softly, "It's just some paperwork, Tom. I'm handling it." Tom laughed, a mean sound that echoed down the street. "Handling it? You're a burden on this country, taking our jobs, living off us. Why don't you just leave already?" Maria's chest tightened. She wanted to shout back, to tell him how hard she worked, how she never asked for handouts. But she bit her lip, turned around, and walked back inside. She didn't want Sophia and Mateo to hear this. They'd already faced whispers at school about where they're really from. The next few days were tough. Maria called lawyers, but they all wanted money she didn't have. She told Sophia and Mateo about the letter, keeping it simple. "We might have to move, but I'm fighting to stay."
"Sophia, the brave one,"
hugged her mom and said. "We'll be okay," Mateo just cried. Friday night came, and the neighborhood was calm, too calm. Maria was washing dishes when she heard a loud crash from outside. She dropped the sponge and ran to the window. Tom's house right next door was glowing orange. Smoke poured from the back. Someone yelled, "Fire!" Maria's heart raced. She grabbed her phone, dialed 911, and ran outside. Flames licked up Tom's wooden porch. His truck was still in the driveway. He was home. Without thinking, Maria shouted to Sophia, "Stay inside with Mateo." Then she bolted toward Tom's house. The front door was unlocked. Smoke stung her eyes as she stepped in. "Tom," she yelled, "where are you?" A cough came from the living room. There he was, slumped on the couch, dazed from the smoke. A lamp had tipped over a break-in, she'd learn later, had sparked the fire. Maria grabbed his arm. "Come on, we have to go." Tom was heavy, and he mumbled something she couldn't hear. She pulled with all her strength, dragging him toward the door. Her lungs burned, but she didn't stop. Outside, sirens wailed as firefighters arrived.
"Ow."
Maria stumbled onto the lawn with Tom just as the roof groaned and caved in behind them. Neighbors gathered, watching in shock. Tom coughed hard, sitting on the grass, staring at Maria. She was coughing too, her face smudged with soot. You saved me," he said, his voice low. Maria nodded, catching her breath. "I couldn't let you die." The next morning, word spread fast. A teenage boy from down the street had broken into Tom's house, looking for cash, and knocked over the lamp. Tom's tough guy mask was gone. He sat on his front steps, staring at the charred remains of his home. "Over with a bottle of water?" "I'm sorry," Tom said, not meeting her eyes. "For what I said? You're not a burden. You're better than me." Maria didn't smile, but her voice was steady. "We're neighbors, Tom. That's all that matters." That weekend, something changed. Tom told the story to everyone how Maria risked her life for him. People started showing up at Maria's door with food, clothes for the kids, even offers to help with her legal fees. A local church held a meeting, and soon, the whole community was signing a petition to support her family's stay. A lawyer from the next town heard about it and took her case for free. Weeks later, Maria got a new letter. Her deportation hearing was delayed, maybe even canceled thanks to the community's push. She didn't know what would happen next, but for the first time in a long time, she felt hope. And Tom? He started rebuilding his house. But he also rebuilt something else, his heart. So that was the story of Maria, a mom who faced hate and fear, but still showed kindness when it mattered most. What did you think? Could you feel her strength? Us know in the comments. And if this story touched you, please hit that subscribe button. It's free for you, but it helps us bring you more stories like this. Thanks for watching, have a good day, and we'll see you in the next one.